Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start, do not get scammed. Towards the end of this video, I will leave a short clip that shows you what to look for down in the comments so that you don't get scammed. You work too hard for your money and you really don't want to give it to someone that did not earn it. Now let's get into this video. I have told you all that this is going to happen. It's going to continue to happen and it's going to get worse. Society will start to break down. Why? Because people need to eat, ladies and gentlemen, and they're going to do whatever they have to do in order to eat. So I hope that this here video serves as a wake-up call. Couple of things. Get prepared so you don't find yourself in this situation 6 months to a year down the road. And self-defense, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to spread from the retail market to the private market, i.e. your homes. Grocery stores in New York City may lock up food due to rampant thefts. Food has become a prime target for thieves, and that should deeply alarm all of us. And it should, ladies and gentlemen. Not only are they stealing food, but they are scouting out people at parking lots and supermarkets, following them home, not so that they can abduct the people, but so that they can steal their food before they bring it in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, get prepared now because these things are going to continue to escalate and it will get worse. It will get worse first in cities that are more crowded. So if you can get out of the city or if you can get out of crowded areas and relocate to an area that doesn't have that many people per square mile, the better off that you'll be, in my opinion. And I do understand that we have lives to live and that we can't just pick up and leave. But at least have somewhere to go, where if things get really bad, you can go somewhere that is going to be safe for you and your family. Once upon a time, they say here, shoplifting was a minor nuisance for most retailers in the United States. Highly organized gangs of thieves are systematically looting stores all over the country, and this is costing retailers billions upon billions of dollars. And who do you think they're going to pass those losses on to, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, they're going to claim those as losses when they do their taxes, but they're also going to pass those on to you, the consumer, the people that actually pay for the food. And here they say originally a lot of these gangs were primarily targeting goods that could be resold on the internet very easily. But now food is being stolen on a scale that we have never seen before. Shampoo, toothpaste, and razor blades are all items that grocery stores have increasingly started locking behind counters. Soon that list might include food, and I would say that it pretty much has. Haven't you seen those pictures of the ground beef that have the tags on them that they have to take off with a magnet, and also spam in certain places and things like that? So it's kind of like already started. They're just not behind locked doors. People have no fear of coming to your store and stealing, said Nelson Elcebo from the National Supermarket Association. When I first started warning that we are becoming a Mad Max society, a lot of people thought that I was exaggerating, says the author. Sadly, the breakdown of law and order just continues to accelerate in many of our large cities. In fact, it's being reported that grand larcenies, which are thefts of $1,000 or more, ladies and gentlemen, were up 80% in New York City last year. And listen to this. This is the mayor of New York City, all right? Criminals believe our criminal justice system is a joke, and it is. That's because it is a joke. Adams said in a comment referring to a serial intruder who was arrested and released 26 times. Now, this is the mayor of New York City. This is the head honcho of the police department. He's the one that implements not laws, but policies that the police departments have to follow, like catch and release and things like that. And here he's complaining about the outcome of the decisions that he's made on your behalf, ladies and gentlemen. It's incredible. It's going to continue to get worse because as the economy gets worse, as more people get laid off and don't have anywhere to work, what do you think they're going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, when people have nowhere else to go, they will do things that they normally would never have done. That is just the place that we are beginning to see that we are headed into. And it is going to get worse. I keep saying it's going to get worse, and it is. I've been talking about this for a while. that when people are desperate, they do desperate things. And now we are seeing it. And like I said, it's going to start in big cities, but it's going to filter down to more rural areas. So you have to find a way that you can fortify your home, defend yourself, keep your head on a swivel. If you practice EDC, then I would say that this is a good time to start practicing it full time. And this is something that you have to listen, ladies and gentlemen. This is not something that's going to go away with the egg shortage that we are experiencing. Here, Wall Street Silver, and by the way, if you're not subscribed to Wall Street Silver, they have a YouTube channel as well as a Twitter handle. If you're not subscribed to them, go subscribe to those guys. Ivan and Jim, I believe, are their names. Two really good guys, and they put out good information. They have really good interviews on there as well. This Costco is now completely sold out of eggs, and I told you all, I believe it was during our last live stream, that the Costco here was completely sold out as well. However, I did hear through the grapevine that they have eggs again, so being that we are completely out, I'll probably go over there and get a couple of 18 packs, since we do have some to tie us over that our friend gave us. But it's not just because of the avian flu that Costco and other locations are out of eggs. It says here, as I discussed yesterday, bird flu is one of the factors that is causing supplies of eggs to get tighter. But the farmer in this video down below, and I will leave the link to this article on a pinned comment so that you can come revisit it and go check this out on Twitter if you like. The farmer on this video explains it is certainly not the only factor. The real reason for the egg shortage is not the avian flu, they say. According to this farmer, the producers cannot cover their costs. Remember input costs, something that I was beating over the head time and time again for the last several months. Input costs are going to continue to go up, and it's going to affect the manufacturers or producers of those things that you buy, meaning that you're going to pay a lot more and there's going to be a shortage of those things. And here we just happen to be seeing it on eggs. So there are now millions of fewer hens and millions of fewer eggs produced per day. So even after this avian flu thing has been knocked out, we are still going to have high prices for pretty much not just eggs, ladies and gentlemen, but for pretty much everything that you rely on in order to feed your family. So you better buckle up. If you have to get a second job, get a second job, but get prepared, because this time next year, things are going to be a lot worse. And I'm not saying that because I want it to be. Ladies and gentlemen, what you have to realize is this. It's up to you to take care of yourself and your family. It's up to you. So how would you rather do it? Would you rather do it by being prepared now, or would you rather do it by turning into a criminal and stealing from someone else that which they worked for? It's really up to you. And as the economy gets worse, people are going to get more desperate. Here it says, no matter how high interest rates go, people need to eat. And the bad thing about high interest rates is that it slows down the economy. It's what it's supposed to do. However, the way that the Federal Reserve / the government, because you all know that I believe they're one and the same, the way that they do it is not the way it's supposed to be done. It's not the way that a free market would do it. And that is why we are now, not only as a nation, but as a world really, paying the price for the partying that we've done in the last several decades. And when this market finally crashes, it's going to be epic. I'm telling you, it's going to be epic. So you need to prepare now. So the Federal Reserve can hike rates to the moon, but food prices are still going to remain ridiculously high. They're not going down. We may see a little bit of respite here and there because of supply and demand, and because of demand destruction, meaning that people are just priced out of buying a certain item. Remember when meat prices really went up? People turned to what for their protein? They started buying more eggs and less meat. Now there's no eggs, and whatever eggs there are really high. Food prices are going to stay high and get higher. I put it on record earlier this year and also late last year saying that I believe that in 2023, food prices in general are going to double. So do you want to be paying twice as much for the same food that you're eating today? I couldn't believe this. I went to the commissary today. Here, I'll tell you a quick story since this is almost the end of the video. My wife made me go get a physical because I haven't had a checkup in like 6 years or something like that. And so she says, no, you got to go get a physical just in case. You go make sure everything's all right. Great. So I went on base today, which I don't really like going on base very much, but I digress. So I went on base, I got my physical, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I haven't got my blood work back, but The doctor told me that I am the most healthy fat body that he's ever seen. Anyways, I went and visited the commissary while I was on base, and they were very, I couldn't believe that they had some eggs. I didn't buy any because I actually talked to someone that said that Costco has eggs. So I'm going to go and grab some eggs from Costco. So I hope that they do. But anyways, I couldn't believe that they had some eggs. But things are expensive. And I really didn't have time to do a short video or anything like that. Things are expensive. And what is it? One head of lettuce, I paid almost $4 for a small head of lettuce. I felt like having salad tonight. So I was like, well, I'm going to buy it. Either I buy it and have it or I don't. So I decided to buy it anyways. But things are very expensive and they're going to stay that way. It says here, however, higher rates will crush many other areas in the economy, and some of the biggest names in the corporate world are now conducting mass layoffs, like Goldman Sachs. They're laying off. I don't know how many people Goldman Sachs is laying off, but Amazon's another one that's laying off here. They say 18,000 people, and it's only going to continue to get worse. And it says here what I've talked about several times. And I'll finish it off with this. When are people going to finally understand that we have a major league crisis in our hands? How many times have we been warned? Not only by myself, but by so many other YouTube channels, so many other CEOs from companies coming out and saying, hey, there's going to be a food shortage. And you're seeing it right now. Even if your supermarkets are fully stacked, look at the prices. The higher the price are, the less food there is, or the less of that item. That's why the prices are so high. All right, prices indicate how much of something there is in a system, supply and demand. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave it at that. Stock up, stay stocked up. If you know somebody that you love, help them get stocked up and show them. God bless every one of you. I'm Alaska Prepper. God bless America, and I am out. Take a look at the top message right here. That is not me. Now take a look at this one here in the bottom. This is me. And you will notice that next to my thumbnail, not only is my name kind of like highlighted in gray or black, but it also has a check mark next to it. I'm going to leave this short message in the beginning of every one of my videos. That way people don't get scammed anymore.